Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a full face of e.l.f. products. I have some new items that I want to show you guys, and I have some oldies but goodies as well. So if you want to see me using a full face of e.l.f. products, then just keep watching. So we're going to go ahead and start off with primer. I am using the e.l.f. Matte Putty Primer for my T-zone. It actually covers up my pores. It keeps me nice and smooth. I wouldn't say that it's a super matte primer, that it's going to keep you real mattified, but I will say that it smooths the pores and it keeps your makeup looking really well throughout the day. So I'm going to just put that on the center of my face. And then for the rest of my face, I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I like the matte one for the center of my face, and this one just reminds me of like the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer, the one that's in the compact packaging. So this kind of reminds me of that. This is a little bit more emollient to me than the Matte Putty Primer. So I'm gonna use this for the perimeter of my face. So I have a new foundation product. Well, it's really not a foundation, but it's a CC cream, and it's the e.l.f. Camo Cc Cream. I know you guys have seen this all over Instagram, all over YouTube. It is super popular right now. This is supposed to be comparable to the IT Cosmetics CC Cream. Now, I will say that I'm not a big fan of the IT Cosmetics CC Cream. During the summer, I did use the IT Cosmetics CC Cream, but it was more in the, I guess, the radiant one. Now, I did use that and I did like it, but I ended up liking another CC cream that I found through the brand Number 7, and I really love that one so much more than I liked the IT Cosmetics. I just feel like the IT Cosmetics kind of just sits on your face, and so I'm hoping this is not going to do that, because I do compare this to the IT Cosmetics one, so I'm hoping that this does not like sit on my face like that one does. So anyway, this says it's a color correcting, full coverage, natural finish Camo Cc Cream. Its skin loving ingredients are collagen, peptides, and niacinamide. And so it comes in this packaging, and then this is the packaging itself. It comes with a pump, which is really cool that it comes with a pump, because I feel like you can control how much you want. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with this, because I'm gonna use some products that are more like cream products for the eyes. I am gonna use a few shadows for the eyes, but it's not gonna be anything too drastic. Now, a brush did come with this that looks like the IT Cosmetics brush. I do have that brush in the IT Cosmetics line, but e.l.f. did come out with their own brush, which I did not get my hands on because they completely sold out by the time I purchased this. And I actually purchased this at Target, and then I tried to go online and purchase the brush, and they just did not have any more. So because I don't have that brush, I am gonna go in with an e.l.f. foundation brush. This is the e.l.f. Foundation Blurring Brush. This is one of my favorite foundation brushes from e.l.f. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this to apply the CC cream. I'm gonna go in with one pump at first. I've seen a lot of reviews on this, and I heard that the foundation could be built up to full coverage. If you guys don't know, I love full coverage, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to do that today. But I'm going to place this on my skin. Now I'm gonna go in with the brush, just kind of blend it all in. It has a nice consistency to it. It's not really thick, but it's not thin. It feels really creamy. And I feel like this 330 is a really good shade for me right now, especially for the winter months. I have the rest of the pump on the back of my hand, so I'm just getting it from the back of my hand and putting it on my skin. It looks really hydrating on the skin. It has like a slight glow to it, but it's blending in really well. And it doesn't feel like thick and heavy like the IT Cosmetics CC cream. To me, it feels a little more lightweight. So I know a lot of people use the brush with this product, but what I want to do is apply a little bit more and use a sponge. I am using the e.l.f. Marshmallow Sponge, which is one of my favorites from e.l.f. What I did was I put in probably like a half a pump. As you can see, it's not super thick looking. It has like a very creamy consistency, just very creamy and lightweight. So I'm just gonna add a little bit on those areas where I like a little bit more coverage. Wow, I like how the sponge pressed it in. Looks really nice on the skin. So this is more like 1.5 pumps. I feel like if I put another half pump on there, it's gonna be just fine. But because I really don't need any more coverage, I only need coverage like right here where my hyperpigmentation is, I'm just gonna use my Tarte Shape Tape. I feel like my Tarte Shape Tape really evens out my skin, so I have to use that product. Hopefully e.l.f. will come out with a product that's similar to this, but for now we're gonna use the Tarte Shape Tape in Tan. So I'm just going to put a little bit on those areas. And honestly, I feel like I don't need a lot because it really does have good coverage. So I'm just gonna press that. For concealer, we're going in with the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. This is in the shade Tan Sand. I'm just blending that concealer in with my sponge. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit on my nose, forehead, above my lip. Okay, so for powder, I'm gonna go in with the Under Over powder in light. I am gonna use this right underneath my eyes and also on my T-zone and on my cheeks. I know this isn't an e.l.f. product, but I don't have an e.l.f. powder that I really, really love. So I'm using a drugstore powder that I really do love, and this one's from Target. It's the Undone powder. So I don't have an eye primer, but I do wanna go in with one of these No Budge shadow sticks. These are creamy shadow sticks, so I figured this could be used as my primer today. I have Copper Chic and Golden Goddess. I think I want to go in with Copper Chic. Out of the two, I actually swatched Copper Chic. So I do want to try this one on my eyes today. I love the color of it on the outside. Now I will tell you the color on the outside packaging is not the same as the product. The product is a little bit more like bronzy. So we're just going to use this as our eye primer today. I'm going to go over my eye with it. And this is a new product to me, guys. This is, oh wow, this is really, really pretty. Going on really creamy, very easy. I'm just placing it down on my eyelid. It's a beautiful shade. It does have a little bit of shimmer in it, but it's still super gorgeous. You could just wear this on its own and it would be beautiful. I'm gonna take this e.l.f. blending brush and I'm just going to blend that. It's blending out really well. It hasn't dried enough to where I can't blend it. I like that. I like that it stays creamy long enough so that I can blend it. But yeah, this shade is just gorgeous and it could just be used on its own. So, so beautiful. All right, now that it's all blended out, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with an eyeshadow palette. This eyeshadow palette is called Pumpkin Pie. It's one of their little mini quad eyeshadow palettes. I'm gonna use this e.l.f. Fluffy Eye Blender Brush, and I'm going into this shade right here, which is this top shade, which is more of like a caramel brown. I'm just going to place that on my crease. Just blending it in. Wow, that shade goes really well with that cream shadow stick. I really love how that looks. Now what I'm gonna do is go over that cream shadow stick because we're gonna test out one of these e.l.f. liquid metallic eyeshadows. I have 3 of them here. I have Meteor, Big Dipper, and Galaxy. Now I love their glitter shadows. I think they're like some of the best glitter shadows out there. I love that they don't leave a lot of fallout. Now these are not glitter type shadows. They're supposed to be just metallic shadows. So we're gonna try one of these and I'm wondering which one I want to try. This is the one that really caught my eye, was the Big Dipper, because it's kind of like an orangey, I don't know, it's kind of like an orangey copper shade. So this is what it looks like. It's the same size as the glitter shadows. And then it comes with this little flat applicator. And we're just gonna put that on top. That's really pretty. Now with any liquid shadow, you don't want to close your eye, or not close your eye. You don't want to open your eye too quickly. You kind of want to let it dry a little bit. And then once it dries, you can either add more to add a little bit more pop of color, or you can just kind of leave it like that and go on to the next eye. But I think this is simply gorgeous. It kind of has like that wet look to it. I want to add a little bit more. And only because I really love it, not because I need it. So I'm just gonna let that dry and then I'm gonna go on to the next eye and finish that one off. So that's dried now. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit more color. I wanna add a little bit more depth to the eye, so I'm gonna go in with this kind of like chocolate brown. I'm just gonna place that on the outer corner. Just pressing that in. I just wanted to add a little bit to give it some depth, so don't go in too crazy with this color. Okay, so that's it for the eyes. So now we're gonna go into a product that I really do love by e.l.f. It's the e.l.f. Cream Contour Palette. Mine's a little bit dirty because I do use it quite often. I'm gonna use the same foundation blurring brush to actually apply this. And what I like to do is go into these 2 products here. I'm really not gonna contour. I'm just going to kind of bronze up my skin. So I'm just gonna press that onto the foundation. Now I haven't put any powder on, so I'm just kind of cream bronzing before I go in with powder. All right, so I did a little bit of bronzing. I am gonna go in with this e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil. This is in the shade Dark Brown. I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows really quickly, and then I'll come back and we'll finish off the rest of my face. Okay, to set my face, I'm gonna use the Undone Under Over Powder. This is in the shade Medium. It's the same brand as what I used under my eyes and in my T-zone. So I'm gonna use this for my all over powder because like I said, I don't have an e.l.f. powder that I really do love. I used this powder pretty much all through 2020. It is one of my favorite powders. Actually, it is my favorite powder from the drugstore. I think it's just so beautiful on the skin and it sets my makeup so well. It gives like this really beautiful healthy glow to the skin. I really love it. So I really don't have a bronzer from e.l.f. that I really like as well. I'm gonna go in with this Milani bronzer. It is in the shade Suntan. I'm gonna go in with one of my favorite brushes that unfortunately e.l.f. does not sell anymore, but it's the Stippling Brush. It's like the mini one. I love this for like bronzer or for like blending bronzer out. It's like one of my favorite brushes, but they don't sell them anymore. So kind of disappointing, but I know I can find these brushes pretty much anywhere. I just really like the e.l.f. one. I love the price of it as well. I have not found a bronzer from e.l.f. that I really love. If you guys know of a good bronzer that e.l.f. makes, please list it down below. But the ones that I've tried, just like not into. So for blush, I'm gonna go in with this Duo Blush Highlighter Palette from e.l.f. This one's actually in the shade Guava. So I'm just gonna use the blush from this palette. I'm also gonna go on top of this blush with a cream blush. I am using this e.l.f. blush brush to apply it. Now I'm gonna go in with one of my favorite blushes. This is the e.l.f. Putty Blush, and I love all the e.l.f. Putty blushes, but this one is called Fiji. So that is what it looks like. I'm going to go on top of that Guava shade with Fiji. I'm gonna use this e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush. Just press it onto my cheeks. These are one of my favorite cream blushes. I actually mentioned these cream blushes in my December favorites. I'll link it up here if you guys didn't get a chance to watch it. But yeah, I love those cream blushes. I'm gonna be doing a cream product favorites video very soon. Just letting you guys know what my favorite cream products are as of yet. So yeah, look out for that. But yeah, I love the way this went on. It's so beautiful. So I am gonna go in with the highlighter that I've had, and it is the Cream and Coffee Highlighter. This is in collaboration with a YouTuber, and I can't remember the name. I think it was Heart something, but I'll list it right here. But anyway, this is what it looks like. And of course, I'm gonna go in with this more bronzy shade, and I'm using an e.l.f. highlighting brush. And I'm gonna put that on the tops of my cheeks. All right, so now I'm gonna curl my eyelashes. I'm using the e.l.f. Pro Eyelash Curler. And then I picked up this Lash It Loud Volumizing Mascara. So I'm gonna use this today on my lashes. They did have a sample size on the website. And again, I did not get it because they were sold out. I really didn't want to buy the big one, but honestly, this was really affordable. I think it was like maybe $6 if I'm not mistaken. This is what the packaging looks like. I love the packaging of these new e.l.f. products. They just look really sleek. And when I looked online, it looked like it got pretty good reviews. So I'm just going to place that on my eyelashes. The wand is a little like plasticky, but it's very thick. And it has these little bristles coming out of it. So when I go in with the mascara, it is grabbing onto all those little hairs. So I'm going to probably put on about 2 to 3 coats of this. So I did put on about 3 coats, but with this mascara, it seems like it's kind of like a wet mascara. So what I'm gonna do is just let this dry and then maybe go back with another coat. And in the meantime, I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. Smudge Proof Mascara. I love this one for my lower lashes. It is actually my favorite mascara from the drugstore for my lower lashes. I actually love it a lot better too than my MAC Giga Black Lash. I think that's what it's called. I love it better than that. So I haven't even repurchased MACs. This is the one that I have been repurchasing and I love it. All right, so for lips, I'm gonna go in with this Epic Lip Liner by Rimmel. This is what it looks like. I actually had the retro lip liners from e.l.f. I really feel like they dried out too quickly, so I stopped using them. So that's why I don't have an e.l.f. lip liner. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and line my lips. So I am gonna use a lip plumping lip gloss from e.l.f. This one's in the shade Mocha Twist. And then to finish off the entire look, I'm gonna go in with the Stay All Night Micro Fine Setting Mist by e.l.f. All right guys, this is the finished look. I do want to go over the new products with you really quickly. As for the e.l.f. Camo Concealer, I do feel like this went on really beautifully on the skin. It had some really good coverage. I felt like I went in with like a medium high coverage, but I felt like I could have built it up with another whole pump and made it more full coverage. I didn't do that today because I wanted to just see how far I could go without putting like too much on. But I really feel like if I would have added a little bit more, it wouldn't have hurt it. So I do like this. I feel like it looks really glowy and beautiful on the skin, very healthy. I do love the way my powder set it. I love the way the products went on top of it. I just feel like it's a really beautiful foundation so far. Now I will be testing this out throughout the day in the weeks to come. I do want to see if it wears really well throughout the day and if it stays in place throughout the day. I want to make sure that it's not like breaking up or getting too oily on me. So I will be testing it out a little bit more. I will give you guys an update in a future video. So yeah, so far so good with the Camo Cc Cream. As far as the shadow stick, I really like the shadow stick on its own. I mean, I like the way the look came out today, but I really do love the way this went on the eyelid. I thought it was super creamy. It blended really well. It gave me time to blend it. So yeah, I really like this and I can't wait to use this by itself with a little bit of mascara. I do want to mention that there's some micro glitters inside the eyeshadow when you put it on, but it's nothing too noticeable that you can't wear for a day look. So anyway, love this. And then for the metallic shadow, I felt like this just gave like a pop to the eye look. Not only that, guys, it goes on so easy. I think it has more of like that liquid metal look to it. I would recommend waiting a few seconds for it to dry before you put a second coat. So love this. I can't wait to use the other ones that I purchased. I think the mascara is a good mascara. I just feel like it's more on the wet consistency. So when you put it on, you do have to let it dry before you add another coat. I feel like if you go in and wait a couple of seconds and then go in again, you're really not going to get any volume or fullness or anything like that. So I really feel like you would have to go in with another coat after like letting it dry. So I do think it's a good mascara. I think it takes a little more time to get to where you want it to be. I do think it gave them like a little bit of volume, so it looks like I have more lashes there. So if you're looking for a good volumizing mascara, I would definitely try it. I think for the price, it's worked really well so far. But like I said, I would recommend in waiting till it dries before adding more coats. So anyway, that's that. So I think that was it for the new products. But guys, I love e.l.f. They come out with so many new cool products, and every time I go online and I see something new, I immediately want to try it because e.l.f. has always been such a good brand for me. I really feel like they're more hit than miss, even though I don't have a favorite powder or a favorite bronzer from them. Everything else from e.l.f. has been a winner for me. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this full face of e.l.f. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't done so, and we will talk to you soon. Bye.